What is happening, everyone? It is your boy Dijon here from Trend Watchers, and today I got an amazing video for you guys titled "Inventing Things to Avoid the Important." And holy cow, the stuff I'm gonna share with you guys in this video today is gonna be it's just so freaking valuable. And really, if you could just take the concepts I'm gonna teach you guys in this video and apply it to your business, your life, or whatever, and you're able to recognize these things, you're just gonna be so much more productive, and you're just gonna get a lot more done within a short period of time. And it's just holy cow, this is such a great mindset to adopt. But yeah, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more amazing videos like this on a regular. And besides that, also make sure that you watch this video all the way through, just so that you're able to get the most for it, for your benefit, But yeah, that's pretty much it, and let's hop right into it. So yeah, we're gonna start off with my my high school, kind of like my dating life back in high school. So I saw this one girl. She was in my art class. Her name was Eve. Yeah, Eve. Yeah, and basically, I've seen her around my freshman year of high school. Just walking through the halls and everything. I was like, holy cow, who is that girl? And it was always like that for months until the next my sophomore year came, and we apparently had an art class together, right? So when we were in this class, we didn't sit I think we sat at the same table, And instead of me making a masculine approach and kind of letting showing my intentions, I complicated things by really inventing things to really avoid the important. So what I mean by that is I was before I approach her, I gotta go out and I gotta get a six-pack and everything. So I always go and like in the mornings at my house doing push-ups, pull-ups, planks, just sit-ups and everything, just everything I could to really get that six-pack as soon as possible. So I did that, and then as I was doing that, I was like, oh, I can't really approach her wearing this, I gotta go and get me some swag, right? So I went, well, where was it? I didn't have too much money to my name, so I went to Ross. Yeah, I went to Ross, and I got me some, depending on which one you go to, if you really go through the clothes, you can snag yourself some Adidas, maybe a few Nike shirts here and there, some Tommy Hilfiger, I was doing that to kind of make it look like I had some money, because at that time I thought money equals girls, right? That was kind of my mindset. So I was doing that at Ross. There was also this one thrift store by my house called Silly's. That's right. Yeah, I was able to get really good brand clothes like Polo Ralph Lauren, like the legit one, not really the knockoff ones. Vineyard Vines, really good Columbia jackets, sweaters, and everything. I think that's where I got my vest at. Just high-end clothes that kind of made it look like that you had money. I kind of went there to that thrift shop to kind of go and get something like that. Also got me some Clarks, nice dress shoes, and also some Air Force Ones, And I got my hair done. I had a little bit of waves in my hair and everything. So that's kind of what I did to kind of check off the looks box. And then I was working on the six packs. I already got the looks as far as style wise and everything. And I was about to make the approach, but then I was like, oh no, I gotta be a famous YouTuber, So luckily at that time, I was already doing YouTube, so I was pushing it out even more, really trying to go out there and really get things to explode even further. I think I was getting around around 60, 70K views a day, but I was I gotta push even higher, I gotta be famous. I gotta don't all girls like famous people, That was kind of my logic at the time, right? So I was working on that, and essentially what I was doing was the main task was to just ask her out, right? But I was avoiding that main goal by kind of inventing other things in my head, which were important, but they were, I was kind of beating around the bush, I wasn't really hitting the main objective of just asking her out. I was inventing things to avoid the important of asking her out by going to get my clothes done, trying to get my body in shape, which were important, but I was using that as an excuse to procrastinate and kind of keep myself from approaching her. And when I eventually did approach her, about I think 3 months to the semester, because it was I remember it was October, November, we're getting close to the end of the year. I was all right, I remember giving myself pep talks in the morning when I went to school. I was all right, I'm gonna when I see her, I'm gonna like wave. I'm gonna drop this pickup line, and then she's gonna laugh a little second, and then I'm gonna ask her, "Hey, what's your number?" Right? Like I had everything planned, give myself a pep talk every single morning. Man, I'm just cringing at myself as I'm making this video. But yeah, like long story short, I eventually made the approach, and I got shot down. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting rejected. Everyone gets rejected, but I could have gotten that rejection 3 months earlier and moved on. But instead, I wasted 3 months of my life just like focusing on useless tasks and avoiding the important. And then when I got to the important, it it didn't work out, and I just ended up wasting like 3 months of my life, and who knew, like had I gone, had I went and I asked her like the first day I saw her and I got rejected, like that would have gave me more time to go speak to other people. And by the time 3 months was up, like who knows, like I could have had a girlfriend or met someone else cooler at the time, like just really that opportunity cost, and that's kind of what I learned about this concept of like inventing things to avoid the important. Another one I want to share. This kind of starts off like I think my first business I ever created after my YouTube channel got demonetized. It was my social media marketing agency. So with social media marketing agency, like with any business, your first priority is to generate cash flow, right? Without any money, you can't do business, and you're gonna be out of business really quickly. So I made my social media marketing agency, right? And I was ready to go, but like before I went out and I pitched out the customers, like I was constantly like, I had a ooh, excuse me, I got like just hiccups out of nowhere. But I had a website up, right? And like with this website, like before I'd go out and like approach people, and I get one rejection. I was like, oh, maybe my website was off, so I'll go back and I'll redo the entire thing, like new images, new headlines, new everything. I'm like, oh, like this, like this probably was off, just stuff like that to really avoid the point of going out there and doing like client outreach. Also went out to the point where like I was getting like just like business cards, getting brochures, mugs, pens, which like all these things were important, but they weren't gonna really necessarily sure, they could help me like generate more sales, but like the number one thing I could do at the time to generate more sales was just go out there and just like pitch myself to different businesses, by doing cold outreach, email, and all that stuff right there. And I wasn't doing those things. I was busy focusing on like redoing the website, posting to my Instagram or Facebook page that had like 14 followers, which aren't even relevant to like what I was doing, and like essentially I was wasting a lot of time, and that basically led to the failure of that business. That was one of the main things that led to it. The second main thing that led to the failure of that business was that like I grabbed best friend number 1 and 2 to be my co-founders, so that didn't work out since I was like, it was like 25, and I had 50% ownership, and I was doing 90% of the work. So yeah, that didn't really work out as well right there. But the common denominator with both of those stories is that like I had an end goal in mind, and instead of me like focusing directly on hitting that end goal, I was inventing tasks that were important, but it wasn't the main thing I should have been focusing on at the time to hit that end goal. Like like if I wanted to get my desired result, I had to just kind of like go out there and do it. Go out there and do that client outreach. Go out there and speak to that, and just speak to my crush. Stop doing all these side things, which are important, but like they're not gonna help me reach my goal as fast, and it's also gonna be like very time consuming. So that's kind of how I discovered the concept of just like inventing things to avoid the important. And really like after I like discovered that, like everything like even that I do now, like I have to occasionally like just step out and then ask myself like, okay, hey, am I inventing things to avoid the important? And if I am, like I'll just kind of like reprioritize whatever I'm doing as far as like goals and everything, and just kind of get back on track, because like it's really easy to get off the track, and like just focusing on those tasks and that's the tricky part about this. Like these small tasks that kind of beat around the bush, they are kind of important to an extent, and like oftentimes we kind of like fool ourselves into focusing on these things to the point to where we just end up wasting a lot of time, money, or whatever resource, And like what you want to do is you want to like identify like when you're falling into this trap and kind of get out of it and just focus on that number one metric. So like as far as like I guess like the solution to this, like what you want to do is you kind of want to get like like you want to get your North Star, So I'll give you guys like I'll give you guys two examples that I got written down here on my paper plate. I got a whole bunch of notes for this specific video right here. So so for me, like I recently moved to Salt Lake City, Provo, Utah, right? And like my dating life, like it was trash back in Atlanta, right? So when I moved here, like I was like, oh, like like my dating life it's gonna like improve like overnight, because it's kind of like a college town over here. And when I moved here, like my dating situation was still the same thing, Now like I could have done things like what I did back in high school, such as like improving my looks, going to the gym, like just beating around the bush to avoid the important. But the one thing I did to kind of improve my situation was just like I guess like the North Star, the number one metric I kind of like discovered and focused on was just like how many new people that I meet every single day. And I just set a goal to meet 2 new people every single day. And realistically, I was meeting about like 5 to 10 new people. And just by me focusing in on that, I was able to really like, like eventually come across girls that I was super compatible with, and eventually ask them out on dates. And now I go on like 2 or 3 dates every single week just because of that right there. Just by me focusing on that one thing of just like meeting 2 new people minimum every single day. Not going to the gym. I mean, I go to the gym, but like not focusing on that specifically, not focusing on my clothes, not focusing on this, that. I just focus on that one North Star metric, which is like how many new people am I meeting every single day. And just by me hitting that as a byproduct, like I know that I'm gonna get like dates in the end, just by me hitting that daily goal every single day. So that's one example of how you can create like a North Star to really, like just really pinpoint that one metric that will get you the results if you just focus on that one metric every single day. One thing my mentor told me was that like, one thing he like, and his name is Sam Evans. I just kind of like follow his stuff like almost religiously. I bought his course and everything, and like the information there is like crazy amazing. But one thing he said there that struck me was that like the thing that separates like the 6-figure earners from the 7-figure earners to the 8-figure earners is just like the amount of strategy sessions they do. Maybe someone that makes like 6 figures, they do like they've gone through like 100 strategy sessions. Someone that makes 7 figures done like 500. Someone that does 8 figures does like 2,000. And like the thing that makes them all separate isn't like their daily routine or like what vitamins are taking in the morning, what CEO morning routine they're doing, or whatever. Like the only thing that made them all different was just like the amount of strategy sessions they did. And like the people that did more strategy sessions just made more money. So one thing I've been doing with my business is just been like focusing on that one metric, focusing on that North Star, like how many like strategy sessions am I doing, like what can I do to increase that number specifically? And I kind of ignore everything else. I just focus on getting more strategy sessions. And I know by me just doing more of those, I'm just able to get more, like more clients, I guess, like as a byproduct, So yeah, like that's pretty much it for this video. As far as like inventing things to avoid the important, what you want to do is just kind of quick recap. You really want to make sure that like, if you're going towards a particular goal, you want to occasionally just like step out and get like a bird's eye view, just making sure you're not beating around the bush. You're not really inventing tasks to really avoid, to really avoid important, like the main goal or the main mission. You want to make sure you're focusing on like one, you're kind of staying on path towards hitting that particular goal or metric. And the best way to do that is to just, kind of create like a metric to where that if you hit that if you do that metric like consistently on a daily basis, like you're gonna hit your goal. Just as a direct byproduct, as for example, my dating example, the more new people I met every single day, I always got a date, And for business, like the more strategy sessions I did, the more money I make. So just find out like I guess kind of like a North Star metric like that to focus on, and that'll help you reach your goals without all that distraction. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.